everybody and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. This is the latest episode in our series of places to stay in Blackpool. So we are just at the side of North Pier, as you can tell by that view, and it's an absolutely beautiful afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon to take a look at places to stay on Blackpool Promenade between the Metropole Hotel and the Gynn Roundabout. So the birds are swooping, people are strolling, we've got folk paddling, and it's a really properly lovely Blackpool day. So we're going to take a walk in that direction, and we're going to take a look at the hotels and the places where you can stay, and we're going to see what we can find. So first one to point out, these are all Stay Blackpool members that I'm going to be pointing out to you. The first one is the Art B&B, which is that black one there, and that is a bit of a quirky place. It's all themed around different types of art and different artists. I'm just looking that way because this is the crazy golf that we had to go at a few weeks ago. There's loads of work going off as well in Blackpool. This Starlux one has been improved and renovated over the last few weeks, and Sunny D's is the next Stay Blackpool one that I'm going to point out to you, and that's Holiday Apartments. So given the fact that we're looking at places to stay, we're going to walk on this top level, and then you can see everything properly, and I will do my customary do my customary thing, and I will point things out and interesting things as we walk. So I thought I'd come on this side of the road because the traffic is this side of the tramway, because the traffic's quite noisy. So at this side you'll not pick it up quite as much. So there's quite a few Stay Blackpool members on the promenade. This is just called Promenade. So you'll hear it variously called different things. I must admit, I tend to think of it as the prom after the Metropole and before the Gynn. Other people call it North Promenade. I'm not quite sure whether that's an official name or whether it's something that they've concocted themselves. But it's the sort of the road that lifts up slightly and gives you the good views. So these are the lovely views as the land rises and parts away from the beach, and as you head in that direction you come to the colonnades and the hole in the wall cafe and all that kind of thing. And you can also see as well how clear this sea is, and doesn't it look lovely when you're a bit higher up? You can see that proper green look that it gets when the sand's not swirling about. So there's quite a few, as I said, quite a few Stay Blackpool members, and the reason I keep hopping on about Stay Blackpool members is that they're all accredited and they're all approved one way or another. So at a minimum they've got the Blackpool approved accreditation or something better. So by something better I mean AA or Visit Britain. So one way or another they are checked and inspected, and you know that your holiday is going to be safe, legal and clean, and you're not going to say, I can't stop here. It'll not be the first time that we've gone away over the years and done that. I can remember one time going to Cornwall and we wondered where we'd turned up to. Honestly, it was in the back of nowhere, and there were dead rats in the back garden. And that was it wasn't a cheap holiday, and it was an approved holiday letting place as well. Anyway, we complained that they moved us. If you get stuck on the beach, this is where you'll find the Beach Patrol headquarters down here. Got the flags flying. This is their jet ski thing, and their HQ is Well, it's right under there. It's under that little flashing roof. So they're sitting there watching out over the beach. So if you are booking a holiday, I'd be really obliged if you would go online on the Visit Fylde Coast website and look at our accommodation category, and you'll find all the different Stay Blackpool properties listed there. And if you book through Visit Fylde Coast, there's no commission payable by the property. So when you book on booking.com or any other dozen similar, the hotel, you might pay £100 for a hotel room, but the hotel would pay sometimes 20-30 quid to booking.com or whoever it is you've gone through in a commission payment. So if you book your holiday through the Stay Blackpool and Visit Fylde Coast guide, you'll actually be paying for your holiday and not paying booking.com. And there's another one there that I've just walked past, the Rockcliffe Hotel, just to the right of the pink one. That's another member. I was that busy trying to compute the maths of the commission that booking.com charge that I've forgotten I'd walked straight past that. So there's loads to choose from. There's something for everybody. There's a size and a space and a place for everybody, whatever it is that you enjoy. So we're coming up in a second or two to one of Blackpool's big and well-known and famous hotels, the Imperial. And did you know that the Imperial was opened on the 27th of June 1867? I knew it was old, but I didn't realise it was so old. And the central 4-storey block was built first. And it's interesting looking at these old buildings because you can see how they've been adapted and modified over the years and which bits have been added on. And most of these old buildings were built in the late 1800s. When we get a bit nearer up to it, you'll be able to spot the join. And the south wing at this end was designed by Magnell and Littlewood, so I wonder if they were related to us. And that was opened in 1875. You can't really see the join on this side. Wonder where that was. And of course this end of Blackpool is really, well, all of Blackpool seafront is really well connected because you can just hop on a tram, get yourself a pass at the beginning of your holiday, and you can just hop on a tram and go wherever you want to go. So I reckon that it probably, the original building probably included up to that bay window, I think. I mean, I've got absolutely no idea, but looking at it architecturally, I think the join is there. I think this has been added on, and I think that's another join there. Possibly. I could be completely wrong. I'm only guessing. And in 1901, the Turkish and Russian baths were opened in the basement of the south wing. And the left bit, the north bit, was added in 1904. And look at that for a view. Look at that for a view from the seafront rooms. That is some view. It's beautiful. I seem to have got a bit of a skill for catching trams. Oh look, it's the Stay Blackpool one. It's the Stay Blackpool one. Well, I never. So as I was saying, they're all really accessible for transport wherever you want to go. That one's going to Fleetwood Ferry, and of course the return journey is back to Blackpool. So we're coming up now. Speaking of trams, in fact, I didn't actually manage to catch it on camera, but I heard it trundle past me. We're coming up now to a famous tramway accident, because just near Wilton Parade, is the site where Coronation Street history was made. And you probably know that it's where Alan Bradley was knocked down and killed by a tram. And there is actually a blue plaque on the front of, I think it's either the Strand or the Rutland. I think it's the Strand Hotel, because this is pretty much roundabout where he was knocked down. So that's a bit of history for you. And the tram, it's there, look, it's just at the left-hand side of the revolving door on the Strand. The tram is actually currently up for sale. So it was stockpiled, as you might say, by the Fleetwood Heritage Leisure Trust, who were hoping to build a museum, and their plans have gone awry. So they're selling the trams that they've stockpiled. So if you've got somewhere to put one, you can actually buy it. And this, of course, is where the Ambassador Hotel was. And it was a bit ill-fated, was the Ambassador. And it ended up on fire. And then derelict, and then a right mess. And the guy that owned the land, wanted to develop it, and I think his first plans were thrown out. Anyway, he's put another plan in. He's put another set of plans in to build holiday accommodation with a retail unit underneath. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's quite a big site. It's quite a big plot. So this is now known as the Grand, but you might better know it as the Hilton. It was the Hilton before they sold it out to Q Hotels Group, and it's now known as the Grand Hotel Blackpool Conferences and Spa. And I was quite surprised actually, because you'll probably know that this is the site of what used to be the Derby Baths. Derby Baths were at the left there, and at this side were Pembroke Gardens, as they were known. And the hotel used to be known originally as the Pembroke, after the gardens. And it was only 1982 when it opened. I suppose really from the style of it and the architecture, you can tell that it's reasonably new. I mean, it's not really a sort of a 1960s, 70s building. I was quite surprised that it was only 1982. And it's got 274 bedrooms. So the Derby Baths, from what I can gather, this bit was built first, this bit and this bit here. And then when the Derby Baths were demolished in 1990, this bit was added on. Nice building. I've been inside a few times. Never stopped there. Why would I want to when I live at Cleveley's? Got very nice accommodation at Cleveley's. So the Hilton Group bought it from the Pembroke in 1999, and it was June 2018 when Q Hotels bought it and the Hilton name went. So this is where the Derby Baths were, at the left hand side here. On this low bit. I can't really remember Derby baths. I can remember South Shore baths, but I think I must have not gone in this one. I'm sure I must have done at some point. And then you've got all these just amazing, lovely views, and even more hotels. And these are the colonnades. I really struggle looking over the edge of here. These are the colonnades which were built in, I think, the early 1900s, if I'm right. And the concrete, painted, and just everything that you don't need for an architectural structure on a seafront. Even when they've just been renovated, they look a bit shabby. That looks like another paint job underway. Looks like that one's going to be blue. Some more scaffolding. The land of the scaffolding. So this grey one at the left of the scaffolding, sort of opposite to the tram, is the one that had been covered in a full scaffolding front for ever and a day. And we kept looking at it when we were coming up and down during lockdown, and we were walking up and down the seafront. And I've got to say, my curiosity's still killing me. They've got all the scaffolding off, they've obviously replaced the windows, they've practically rebuilt it. And I reckon it's going to be apartments, holiday apartments. So if anybody's managed to find anything out yet, please drop a comment below, let me know. Put me out of misery. They've done a new roof, they've done everything, they've literally had it back to the brick. And then we're down at the Gynn. So there's the hole in the wall cafe just down here. You can see the Cliff Lift building just in front of us. Beautiful beaches, miles and miles to walk, cycle, whatever you want to do. The Spitfire's back at Gynn Roundabout. There's another one for sale there if anybody fancies a spot of investment and property development. And public toilets. You've got to mention the public toilets, which are in the building there at the left with the little blue stripe round the top of it. And the hotels carry on, but they're in another video. Not filmed on quite as beautiful a day as this one. So that's your walking tour of places to stay at North Promenade between Gynn Square and the Metropole Hotel. Hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Please make sure that you've subscribed, make sure that you've hit the little bell, and don't forget to sign up for your email newsletter as well. And you'll get all kinds of beautiful views, beautiful days, and interesting information next time we're out and about videoing. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.